Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name's Rowan, and we're playing Dragon Age Origins. In our last episode, we went to the Arl of Denerim, Arl Howe, my mortal enemy. We went to his estate to rescue the Queen Anora, who, at the very end of that, kind of backstabbed us. We were on our way out of the estate, and we got stopped by Sir Cothrian, one of Logain's top commanders or whatever. I don't know the ranks. Um, anyway, we were about to say, "Hey, we rescued Anora. She was being kept, imprisoned by Arl Howe." When Anora came up to the front and pointed at us and said, "Help me! These ruffians have kidnapped me." So yeah, wonder what she's got to say for herself, huh?
Maker's breath. It's good to see you in one piece, my friend.
Indeed. After your rather alarming lack of subtlety, I feared the worst for you. I prayed for your safe return.
Am I missing something?
You are not. It seems the entire purpose of my disguise completely escaped the Grey Warden. Thankfully, no harm was done in the end. I am hoping that, despite our unfortunate beginning, we can still work together. Will you hear me out? We will need to work together, and quickly. My father has gone mad. I didn't believe it at first, but he is gripped by a paranoia so severe it prevents him from seeing sense. He saw me as a threat, yet even now I'm certain he will be telling the nobles you are dangerous murderers that have kidnapped and mind-controlled me. He may even believe it. Perhaps. It will be more difficult for him, but if my father says the Grey Wardens are the enemy, many will believe it. He is a legend.
It's true. Our position in the Landsmeet is not strong, and this does little to help us.
At least that snake Howe is dead. That alone will not be enough, however. My father is committed to his path. You will need ammunition for the Landsmeet, and there I can help. You have only just arrived in the city, so perhaps you are unaware of some recent events. Denerim has been in turmoil since Ostagar. Many people here are angry or grieving. Strangely, the unrest is worst in the Alienage. Few elves accompanied the army. They should have little reason to be upset, which means that Howe and my father must have given them reason. I don't know what is happening there, but I am certain my father has his hands in it.
A useful lead, Anora, but you could have sent this information with your maid.
That is true. I feared for my safety as Howe's prisoner. But to tell the truth, I sent Alienage to you because I hoped we might join forces. You need that evidence for the Landsmeet. But you also need a stronger candidate for the throne. You need me. You don't need to trust me. We have the same goal. That is far better than trust. I have no doubt Alistair is biddable enough, and decent, but even with his blood, he is no king. You think only I can see it? Not only that, Alistair is a Grey Warden. It will look like you are trying to put a Grey Warden on the throne, despite your claims. I am a neutral party, and I am already queen.
Anora, you are indeed Kaelin's widow, but
I am the daughter of Ferelden's greatest general. Who do you think truly ruled this nation for the last 5 years? Kaelin. I am what this country needs, not an untrained king who does not even want the throne. I can help you stop my father. Consider what I have said. For now, I think I will retire to my room. Warden, when you have a moment, I ask that you speak to me in private.
She even walks like a noble. Look at her.
well, she's quite spirited. I remember when Logain first brought her to Denerim. Poor Galen was a good boy, but Anora was always 2 steps ahead. Had him jumping when she snapped since the first time she batted her eyelashes. I cannot help thinking she may be trouble, but we should keep her close, all the same. This is an alliance of convenience. For the moment, we are united against Loghain. Be careful how much trust you place in her. I do not for a moment think Anora means to give up her power easily. Still, I would rather have her where we can watch her than actively working for Loghain. Anora was a capable administrator for Kaelin's lands, but she has not a drop of royal blood. We did not fight the Orlesians all those years just to lose our royal line in a single generation. Not when there's a surviving son of the blood.
Wow, none of these.
We certainly have a great deal to plan. Maker knows what that man is capable of now. Of course, if I might make a suggestion, go speak with Anora. She will either be a powerful ally or a powerful enemy, and the sooner we know which she is, the better.
Alright, so we got Unrest and the Alienage. Now we get to go in the Alienage. Queen Anora has told you about Unrest and the Alienage. She suspects that Loghain and Hal have done something to greatly upset the elves. Investigate the Alienage to see if you can find out what Loghain has been up to. Alright.
I'm glad
Warden.
you made it safely away. I hear Hal's death has already brought no small amount of cheer to the city.
Wow. Everybody hated him. If you're wondering, this is Riordan, the guy that we rescued in Arl Howe's estate in the dungeons. He's a Grey Warden. Actually, he's a senior Grey Warden, so he technically outranks me.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths. It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But there are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is. Once only, and I'd rather not go again. It's far, lass, and very foreign. The Wardens there, they fight Darkspawn like you and me, but they're shaped by the winters there in the forest. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the Wardens to rule. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way.
Wow, okay. Interesting. I actually hope we get to see Weishaupt in the next Dragon Age game. Dragon Age Veilguard.
It was near 1,200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that it began with a group of Anders soldiers. Apparently, they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important, and traveled all the way to Tevinter themselves. They were the first ones to track down the Archdemon Dumat, and the ones to slay him, though none survived the battle. But they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order, and were recognized by Thedas. Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. It takes the Darkspawn, tunneling and tunneling, searching for centuries to find one. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between Blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them, and it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations. The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs. I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death has already brought no small amount of cheer. It's located just off the Market District in the northern alley past the Nord Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries, for the defense of Denerim. We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let the few be sacrificed to protect the many. Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only where he ever let himself down. When I'm well enough, I'm going to continue my journey toward Ostagar. Hopefully I'll be able to trace the heart of the Blight and where the Archdemon itself abides. If we want to defeat this Archdemon, we need to know where it is and how soon it might strike. If there were more of us, I would agree. But as it is, I don't think we can deprive all the armies you've gathered of a commander. Good luck to you, then. We will have to talk again when the land's meet is more settled.
Okay. Now we're gonna go talk to Anora, see what she's got to say.
Hello again, Warden. It is good that you came to speak with me. I realize that my actions at Howe's estate may not have painted me in the best light. For that, I apologize and hope that we can start again. First, let me say that I knew your family. Eleanor, in particular, was dear to me, and what Howe did was unforgivable. How fitting he died at your hands. I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. It is to you that Eamon listens, and with good reason. My father must be stopped, but once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne. No? You're a Grey Warden, and despite the fact that my father will paint himself as the only one who can protect the country from the Blight, it is not so. Secondly, you saved Arl Eamon from a plot that no doubt had its origins in Hal's sick little mind. People will not forget that. You are competent and powerful, and in the right place at the right time. Used to your advantage, these things could bring you far. Do you disagree? You are a fellow Grey Warden. What do you think of Alistair's potential to rule? Never mind his willingness. Indeed. I am also doing what I must for the good of my country. Alistair seems like a kind, well-meaning man, and biddable enough. These are admirable qualities, if not kingly ones. He also seems to be a fine Grey Warden, which is exactly why he should remain one and serve the kingdom by defeating the Darkspawn. Oh, there are some who would follow Alistair out of respect for his Therin blood. The others would see this as Eamon grabbing for power. Who else do you think Alistair would turn to for help? Eventually, the nobility would return to the old days of constant warring with each other. Alistair's weakness would destroy everything Merrick built. My feelings towards Alistair have nothing to do with it. I barely know him. I simply believe that I am what this country needs. I will fight for what I believe. Would Alistair do the same? Thus, I say again, I would welcome your support for the throne if you would give it. For years, I have ruled this kingdom as Kaelin's queen. As much as they loved Kaelin, all of the Banon knew this to be so. Kaelin was a good man, but what is needed now is not another good man, but a good ruler. I sent Alina here not solely because I thought I needed help, but because I saw an opportunity for us both. I need your support, Warden, and you will need mine. That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot. He is my father, as well as a great general, who has served his nation well until now. If there is a way for him to live, I would prefer it. I will always be my father's daughter, but even I know he must pay for his crimes. It will not make me glad, even so. Does that affect your decision? Can we yet come to an arrangement? Once I am queen, I will be in a position to grant you whatever you wish. And I shall. This is in addition to Highever being properly restored to you. That should go without saying, I trust. Alistair might promise you the same, I suppose. But I would ask which is better. The gratitude of a weak king, or of a strong queen. And even if it is not for you, think of what I could do for the Grey Wardens. Think of what I could do for your companions. I trust I have made my point.
No! Alistair is mine! So, I could support Alistair as king. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what my plan was. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, to be honest. My plan was to have the ending of this as Alistair king and the Warden, or my character, the queen. It doesn't really have much of an impact on the other games. It mentions them, mentions the Warden and Alistair ruling together and stuff like that, but it's really not much of an impact. I don't know. Don't know how this is gonna work. There were some things that I missed when I had Alistair is supposed to be hardened when he meets his sister. I was supposed to say that people are sometimes out for themselves or something like that, which like kind of hardens Alistair's personality a little bit, which is supposed to push him over the edge where he would actually accept becoming the king. But I don't know if that's a requirement or if it just makes it easier for it to happen. So either we support her as queen, and then Alistair and my character can just go on being Grey Wardens.
That is good to hear. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now, I suppose, comes the task of dealing with my father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain you already know this. I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me?
My other games, I had Alistair marry Anora.
No. And while I know your concern is hardly disinterested, still, thank you.
What? Is that it?
You return. Is there something you wish to discuss? Ask me whatever you like. Of course it does. Do you think me heartless? But how much worse would I be to calmly stay at the side of a man who murdered my husband? It seems a strange word to describe a marriage our parents arranged when he was newly born and I still in swaddling clothes, but yes, I loved him. He was reckless, impetuous, and charming. Had he not been king, he would have made a dashing rogue for a band of players. We were a good pairing. He would not have wanted the burden of ruling any more than I would have liked remaining the silent wife in my husband's shadow. Calen was so idealistic. The world was his storybook, and he was the hero. My father is different. He's an idealist too, but he knows what idealism costs. They often clashed, but never seriously, never for long. Calen would always come round to Father's way of thinking eventually. And then the Blight came. Calen dreamed of uniting all the nations of Thedas against the Darkspawn. It was a dream. He wouldn't surrender. What my father saw, however, was the boy he had swaddled inviting Orlesian troops back into the land he had fought to free of them. And for once, my poor, foolish husband wouldn't back down. They would not believe it, most of them, even from my lips. Loghain is the hero they've looked up to their whole lives. Far easier to believe you or me a liar than him a murderer and tyrant. That's why it will be critical to find some way to discredit him before the lands meet. We must have proof of my father's crimes for the bands, or they will never believe us. It was more than just my own loss, but I thank you all the same. Ask me whatever you like. Well, he was once a farmer when he was a boy, if you can believe it. I never could myself. He's useless with plants, for one thing. I remember my mother once asking his help with a sick rose vine. My mother oversaw the rose gardens personally. He touched it. No more than that. And it shed half its leaves like a dog with mange. She never asked for him to help with her roses again. He bought her another one, though. He carried it back from Denerim with the branches overflowing his saddlebag. Despite the thorns tearing him bloody, he wouldn't let anyone else take it. He wanted to be the one to present it to her. My father has his faults, Warden, but he is far from common. Because he believes he is right, Warden. He thinks he is the only one who can see Ferelden out of its current crisis, even if it is one he helped engineer. My father is capable of remarkable blindness, but it stems from his love of Ferelden. That is the saddest part of all, I think. Trust would perhaps be putting it too strongly. My father knew what How was, and while I despised the man, I knew that father relied on his political mind. I expect my father thought himself above being influenced by the snake. Truly, I wonder how many of these acts stemmed from How and not my father at all. We may never know. I'm not sure. I had no inkling of my father's plans until Calen was already dead. I would like to think that my father planned for the worst, but did not truly decide that Calen was a lost cause until that moment in Ostagar. The alternative is difficult to imagine. I hope not, but I fear it is so, yes. Ask me whatever you like. Do you want me to try my luck at fortune-telling? There was an old woman who read palms in the village of Gwarren when I was a child. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heath when I grew up. I can't say I put much faith in foretelling. What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already. Then I wish you luck, Warden.
This might be the better option. Having her as the queen will allow my character and Alistair to stay together. See if Alistair's got anything to say.
So I'm guessing someone told Anora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it. I'm not a political man. I like being a warden. There's real evil out there, and it's something we can fight. It's something we can defeat. Making laws, settling disputes, that's not me. I wouldn't have the first idea how to do it. What do you think I should do? Go ahead and be king, just to let it happen? Good plan. We could go to Orlais, live in sin, and eat cake until the Darkspawn finally catch up to us. Cursed Darkspawn! It's just that everything I've heard about Queen Anora is that she's the one who really ruled here, not Cailan. She's smart, tough, determined. Well, I feel a bit like Cailan's substitute. I think I'll be better off against the Darkspawn. All right, Alistair, enough whining. Thank you, Alistair. That's excellent advice. I'll do my best.
I agree. What?
You have? I'm relieved, actually. The Landsmeet may not listen to you, and Al Eamon would go right back into a coma if you told him. But me? I'm relieved. I guess all we need to do is stop her father from taking the throne first, right? Right you are. We have to convince everyone there are monsters that need fighting. Who would have thought?
Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you. We have much to do and little time. We need to do all that we can in the few days left to us before the Landsmeet.
Well, I was thinking maybe we would tell Arl Eamon that we changed our minds and we're going to support Anora. Alright. Let's see here. We got the new Alienage quest. We've got some quests that we still haven't done from forever ago. And our main blight. And then, of course, we've got our, we've got the Grey Warden cache that's by the bar, tavern, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes. All is well? Very well. Don't stare. Don't stare at me. I can have my father think.
I think it's in here. We used this multiple times. Yep, there it is. Aha! Wow. Duncan's shield, uh-oh. High Constable's mace.
It shall be done.
Griffin Helm. Warden's longsword. Check out Duncan's shield, huh? What? Maybe it's a gift? I think it may be. It's a gift. It is indeed. Alright, let's give that gift to Alistair, because I'm almost 100% certain this goes to him.
Oh, this shield. It's Duncan's, isn't it? That's his crest. I did. I really did. I just never expected. Thank you. Truly, I had no idea his shield wasn't with him. This is perfect. I don't know how else to express my gratitude. This means a great deal to me. I can't believe you remembered it at all. I'll treasure this. Thank you.
And let's see what kind of shield it is. Where did it go? I think Alistair equipped it. Oh, he did. Defense, willpower, stamina regen versus defense, healing received, stamina regen. This has more defense, or it has more defense on it. Looks pretty cool too. House shield, 12 defense. Good lord. Yeah, nah, no bears. Screw that. There we go. Alright, guess we're gonna go to the Alienage. Which is over here, right?
It's the making
Yep.
of punishment.
The worst of it's cleaned up now. Just watch yourself if you're going in. The Alienage is a festering sore full of parasites. And that's on a good day.
There we go, where most of our quests are going to be finished.
We are grateful. The compact is renewed.
There's one quest finished.
What do you need?
Ah, there's another
I
one.
suppose a noble death fighting the blighted wretches is better than basking in this squalor. They'd better be paying well.
I've never been in an alienage. Life must be hard here.
What do you want? Money? Money. You think you can buy us? You think what you will just take
Who's
whatever
there?
you give us?
Stay away!
We better explain.
Someone's coming. Thanks for running those thugs off. I thought they were gonna kill me. I knew I shouldn't have cut through here. Bloody knife ears.
What the hell?
Spare a silver for a war veteran? Ostagar. Darkspawn took off half my foot. Oh, Andraste, bless you, sir. I won't forget your face. No, I won't.
Bearing arms is strictly prohibited. Elves who have swords
It is begun.
will die upon them. Jeez. Disarmed populace, that's never good.
What a gorgeous tree. I wonder how old it is.
Hey, there's another Andraste's Grace. Valendrian's house.
How can you be here? How many of our brothers and sisters and children have these men already taken?
Very well. I've got children at home. I can't wait out here for another day.
So go home. The best thing you can do for your children is not trust these charlatans.
Everyone remain calm. We will help as many as we can today, so long as we can do this in an orderly fashion.
Oh, you're helping us, are you, Shem? Like Valendrian and my Uncle Syrian, you helped them, didn't you? Helped them never to be seen again.
We've explained this to you before, girl. More whining will not persuade us to let you into the quarantine to carry plague back out to the alienage.
Quit trying to get us all killed, Shiani. Some of us have still got things to live for.
If this spell of theirs works, why are half the people they quarantine perfectly healthy?
Got a COVID outbreak in here or what?
What's wrong, Shem? Did you get bored and decide to come watch the elves die of plague? Wait. Sora's told me about you. You're the one who freed him from the dungeons. These foreigners say they're here to help with our outbreak of plague. Funny thing, though. All the people they help disappear.
That's not true, and you know it, Shiani. Both my sisters got the Tevinter spell cast on them, and they're fine.
Where's your niece, then? And my Uncle Syrian? And Valendrian? Those mages say they're from a circle, just from another land. I have no idea if they're telling the truth, or if anyone cares. These foreigners have taken dozens of elves into that house over the last few weeks, and none of them have been seen again. One of them was our Haran, Valendrian. And I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get him back. He's the elder, the person who guides us. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you, but it's important to us. They have to know about it. The Haran complained, and so did I. They just don't care, or something worse. They won't just let you in. Well, there is another entrance in the alley. There's no crowd watching, no mages, and only one guard. You can try. Those guards mean business.
Interesting, interesting. Let's talk to these guys.
I ask you to stand back. Some of these people are carrying the plague. The alienage is not safe for visitors. That will not be necessary.
For your own safety, we must ask you to leave now. You have already been told to leave. Please do not waste. You have already been told to leave. Please do not waste any more of our time.
There's a store.
There are many great tales of lost kings who return to their lands to reign in glory.
I am not lost, nor for that matter, a king. And there's nothing glorious about me.
You are Merrick's son. You are the rightful king of Ferelden.
I am the son of a star-struck maid and an indiscreet man who just happened to be king. Look, I can't be king. Some days I have trouble figuring out which boot goes on which foot.
Complete fools are made leaders of kingdoms all the time, and you're not a complete fool.
What an utter relief.
And don't worry about the boots. Kings don't need to dress themselves. That's what advisors are for, isn't it?
And star-struck maids, apparently.
I'm sorry, but we're closed. There are a few places in the market district that can probably serve you. They came to treat the Blight Plague. You did know about the plague, didn't you? It's magic. I suppose in the Imperium they use magic to boil water and cross a street. The Chantry sent a Templar to watch them the first day. If the Chantry says it's safe, it must be. It's supposed to keep you from getting sick. If you're already ill, though, well, they take you into quarantine.
I can't imagine that it does. Although the mages of the Imperium are renowned for their skill,
There are no spells I know of that can do such a thing.
I don't know. Either you don't get the plague because you got their magic put on you, or you don't get it because you just got lucky. But it can't hurt, right?
It most certainly can.
No one who's gone in has come out again. Could be they die in there. Could be they've recovered and just can't come back yet. In the hospice on the corner. Don't think they'll let you in, though. It wouldn't be much of a quarantine if people just come and go there. Good day.
Well, hopefully he sells to us after we've dealt with whatever's happening in there.
Mama said she'd bring me a present from High Ever. I wonder what it'll be.
Is someone there? Maker's blessing to you, child. Be not afraid. I still have some sight to see you by. I appreciate your candor. Most stare. Or worse, the awkward silence. I am a Templar. I lost my sight in a battle with a powerful Maleficar. He called flame from the air and burned my face. The scars have healed, but my sight will never recover. Don't be. Many of my brethren died in that battle. We'd heard rumors that there's an enclave of Maleficarum hidden in the Alienage. I have found no evidence of Maleficarum in the Alienage. However, there is something else. This place, it's scarred like me. When I came here, I immediately could feel an air of hopelessness, despair. But over time, I felt the wrongness runs far deeper than that. I don't know, but the feeling of wrongness never wanes. And so I attempt to puzzle it out. I don't suppose I could impose upon you. It took patience, but some elves opened up to me, and I've heard their sad tales. But I found no real evidence to support my fears. Ears alone have done all they can. I was hoping you could be my eyes. Look around the alienage for anything out of the ordinary. I don't know. I have a feeling that there is something to be found, though. You seem capable. I have hope that you will find what I seek. Maker watch over you, child.
Uh-oh. Sir Otto, who says that something is very wrong in the alienage. He asks you to be his eyes and look around for anything suspicious. Alright, so we'll look around. Wait, there was an official notice over here. Let's read that. Oh, it's about the arms. Disarming the elf. Okay, well, let's do the Teventer guys now. So we go. There's a guard there. That's the entrance to the hospice. They've got a guard, so maybe it's in here.
I shall do it.
There's no way I'm going near mages.
Ah, there's a side quest. This stuffed toy has clearly been the beloved.
It is begun. I
The
shall
loved
do it.
companion of some child on numerous adventures. It seems all appear
Very well. As you
to
say.
have been patched many times over, and it is so dirty it's hard to tell. Jeez, stop disappearing so fast. Hard to tell what color it was supposed to be. Okay. Chairs are arranged as though someone were just about to sit down at dinner.
As you say.
Yay! Got the sextant. Well. Here we go. Looks like there's already some enemies in there.
Stuck your nose.
Fight me!
You forced our hand.
This is annoying.
I shall do it. It shall be done.
There's a key with this note. Bring 8 males and 6 females for the next shipment. Yeah, these Teventers. So the thing about Teventers is that while it is a kingdom ruled by mages, magisters, I guess they're called, they have slavery there. They try to justify it in a lot of ways. But, yeah, it's, you can't justify slavery. Not really. Bloodstain. Footprints from boots cross through the...
It shall be done.
Prints from boots cross through the dried blood. Dried blood and bits of hair cling to the broken edges of the space.
Who's there? Stay away! I don't know. You gotta ask someone else. All right. I saw them take everyone. Took them right out of their beds. Dragged them down the hallways. Baker, the little one's crying. Through the landlord's old office. They go in there, they never come back. I saw him. They marched him through the hall with a bunch of others, all tied together like pack mules. Every few days, they come back. It's like a parade, a silent one. Men and women and children. You have to go. They'll be back soon. They'll find out I talked and they'll take me too. Please, just go.
I shall do it.
Is there something else you wanted? Let me see that. What does this even mean? They can't be shipping people, can they? Shipping them where? No. People go in, but they don't come out. They aren't shipping anything out of there that we've seen. They could be moving through the back alleys. There are all sorts of buildings back there. They could be using one as some sort of warehouse, staging area. There are apartments off the alleys. I would go to the back of the hospice and maybe follow the alley from there. If you find any more information, please let me know. I refuse to accept that they're all simply gone.
Well, that's where we were, in the apartment, so let's go back in there and use the other exit. And maybe we'll get lucky.
I shall do it.
What's this? Another shipment already? We weren't... Wait. You're no Tevinter. Who are you supposed to be? Oh no! I heard of you! Attack!
You fools.
We must fight!
It shall be done.
Most excellent!
There we go. Well, pretty much attacked immediately.
What is the meaning of this? We were told that there would be no interference from the authorities.
Told by who?
Oh? An errant group of do-gooders, then? You will regret this, you know. Believe it or not,
You're
we've
an
been
elf.
given dispensation to do our business here. You Fereldans talk a great deal about how very wrong slavery is. But isn't it funny how quickly the smell of gold overcomes such ideals? So I should feel kinship for these sheep? Don't be a fool. I am Tevinter first and a servant of the Minrathu Circle second. Those are the things that matter.
You can't just take people from their homes and sell them. It's despicable.
But enough. I am here to halt your slaughter, nothing more. Let us finish this then. I intend to see you pay for the damage you've done here.
Alright, Liliana, go do your trap thing. Oh, man.
Good to go! Come and get it!
I shall do it.
And it's a lucid part! Now we can do it! Well!
You're wearing really suits you.
I think We got a bow. Bow, the golden sun. +4 attack. Nah. Good. Can't go that way. I'm gonna guess there's some traps. Yep, there's traps. Leliana, please disarm the trap.
As you say. Ahead.
Right.
Yes. Ready.
Okay. There we go. Good thing we disarmed that. I have a feeling that would have probably murdered half the party. Kind of works like that sometimes. Too bad we can't give her self-rejuvenate.
It is the... Very well. You should run like cat! Lost! Don't kill him!
Down you go!
Probably a lot of enemies in here. All right. Here we go.
I am Caladrius, and you, I assume, must be the Grey Warden I've heard so much about.
One can hardly get a word out of the Regent besides Warden these days. It's surpassed even gold in popularity.
Now, is this how we begin? With bluster? I was hoping for civility. Business is business, my dear Warden. Even so, your point is made. You do frighten me, but you also intrigue me. I've heard that you're trying to erode Logain's support. It must be a difficult task, yes, like washing away a mountain. Perhaps you could use some help. Sarcasm is beneath us both, my dear Warden. Truth be told, there was always a limit to how long we were going to be able to operate here. We've paid for many of Logain's troops, but once the Landsmeet is done, we become inconvenient. So, here is my offer. 100 sovereigns from you for a letter with the seal of the Terran of Gwaren upon it, implicating him in all of this. Then, we leave a few days earlier than planned with our profits and remaining slaves unharmed.
I feel dirty. We're not considering this, are we?
So, do we have a deal? Even you must admit it's much better than resorting to barbarism, yes?
Slavery's barbarism, so yeah, no.
Interesting. Now, that's not much of a deal, is it? Let's do this the hard way, then. Men, shall we?
Why, yes, we shall. First things first, you're going to use Mana Clash. Actually, no, you're going to use Glyph of Repulsion. Then you're going to use Glyph of Paralysis. And we're going to come back here.
Yes.
Well, shit.
Wait a minute.
We gotta take him out as soon as we possibly can.
A blood sacrifice! Blood sacrifice!
Dead. There we go.
Enough! Enough! It seems your reputation is an accurate one. I surrender. Wait! Hear me out, dear lady. Were I to use the life force of the remaining slaves here, I could augment your physical health a great deal. Allow me to leave this place alive, and I would be more than happy to do this little service for you.
Little service? He is talking of blood magic. Surely you would not consider such a thing. Most wise.
Then, I don't suppose you would consider just letting me go? Ah. Well, that is a shame, isn't it?
Oh, dead. Owned.
You don't look like a Tevinter. Not that it means much. Are you one of them? What happens to us now? Shiani? Did she send you here? Praise the Maker! We will not trespass long on your good graces. Come, everyone. Let's go home.
Very well.
I'm sorry if I was rude to you before. Andraste's ass, you'd think I'd learned some social graces. Anyway, what I mean by all this is... thank you.
I shall do it. It is begun.
What? I've got the key. Well, I bet he's open for business now.
Look who's here. I heard all about what you did to those Tevinters. Nice work. Of course. Just keep it quiet.
Oh, he's got weapons. I just know it. Oh, kinda. That's not bad. Nothing that I really need, but... except maybe these. I'll take all of that. Because why not? Ooh, look at that. Nope, we got 5 garnets now. Maybe we can get the other 5 somewhere else. Cool. Alright. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and call it here. We did a pretty decent quest, had some good combat, so... and we're over an hour, so we'll go ahead and call it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and maybe send me a comment or something. I hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you on the next episode.